Rain is such a layered character. She's such a kind, empathetic, self-aware person who is diagnosed with schizophrenia. What kind of research did you do to bring this really multifaceted character to life?
I mean, a ton of research. It really started, I think, with, speaking to friends and family members, and just gathering as much information as possible. A ton of videos, interviews. There was one memoir in particular that Castile and I really used as our Bible throughout this entire thing. It's called The Sinner Cannot Hold by Ellen Sachs. And for me, that was probably like the greatest resource just because it tells her journey from a young woman into adulthood. And it's often sometimes hard actually to find resources of young women, specifically children dealing with, schizophrenia. So it was a lot of research and a lot of working with Castile and trying to find, the common ground and what Rain's schizophrenia looks like, because it is different from person to person, and there's different kinds, and just kind of discovering that together.
Israel, I love Caleb so much. Like, what a great character. And one scene that I really love with him is when he urges Rain not to be ashamed of her diagnosis. And he points out that people don't apologize for physical ailments. So he's like, so you don't need to be ashamed of your mental illness. Talk a little bit about the importance of removing the stigma surrounding mental illness and specifically schizophrenia.
Well, I think it's really important. I mean, I think most people kind of shy away or don't want to talk or think about mental illness at all because it's something that most people don't fully understand, and I don't blame them, but at the same time, I think we need to start shedding a light on what people with mental illness have to go through on a daily basis, and what their families and friends have to go through, and what life's like around them. And I think Castile and Madison and Harry did a great job really bringing this to life and bringing a different perspective, but also bringing a new understanding of what this is, what schizophrenia is, and what you kind of have to go through on a day-to-day basis. And it really does shed away a lot of misconceptions, a lot of stereotypes, a lot of cliches that most people, including myself before we shot this, have and had. And it's nice being a part of a film where it's not just a horror thriller, young adult family drama that's not poking fun at schizophrenia, but I feel like most films or TV shows that has a character with mental illness, it usually turns out to be a villain or kind of the instigator or the agitator, and this one really is focused on bringing a sense of normality, if you will, to Rain, who's battling with this mental illness. So I think it's important that a film like this is out in the world, and I hope a lot of people watch it and not only enjoy it, but I hope they take away a new understanding and hopefully a brighter perspective on what this mental illness is.
As mental illness gets more visibility in media, I see people talking about it on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. Do you think the world is getting a little bit kinder toward mental illness?
I hope so. I think it's time. I think it's overdue. I'm very happy that it's being discussed way more than it ever was. But the internet is the internet. The internet is mean sometimes, most of the time, not all the time. But I'm glad it's being discussed more, and I'm happy that this film is able to be a part of the conversation and to destigmatize and to use this as an opportunity to hopefully, in the future we can find more films that kind of fit this mold of normalizing psychosis and mental illness and just talk about it more and bring it to light.
Yeah.
It is a sensitive subject, and I feel like it does need more consideration on a daily basis in our own society. So yeah, I don't know. Like you said, the internet's the internet, but it is good that we're out here and we're talking about it and giving new perspectives of it.
I love it. Well, guys, thanks so much for this movie. Thank you for bringing awareness to things like this.
Well, thank you for speaking with us, Leah. I appreciate it.
Have a great day. Bye.
You as well.